Good morning, campers, and welcome to Lotus Operations. And in today's video, we are going to be attempting a prototype ideal that I've been wanting to try. So I'm going to take and use what I have around me to try to create a Halo sticky grenade replica based off of the Halo video game, just using magnets, a little bit of metal, and some epoxy. Everybody, welcome back to Lotus Operations. And since this is going to be my very first prototype that I'm going to be working on, I may not be using epoxy at this moment. I'm going to be using tape to secure the Halo sticky grenade together. But if this prototype works as needed, then we will continue on and making it better. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to the drawing field and rearrange what we need to arrange to make this Halo sticky grenade work. And once I can get a perfected design, then we will improve it into an actual working object. So let's begin prototype version number 1. Okay, everybody, so as you saw in the quick edited clips with the no talking, in which this is the first time ever doing that, so it was kind of weird. But as you can see, we have both of these built with the magnets secured. Now, like I mentioned, I am not going to be putting epoxy on these because if these do not work on the inside, like I'm hoping they do, because right now they stick, no problem. But is the magnet strong enough to actually, when tossed to a metal object, to stick to it? Now, unfortunately, these are only 20-pound force pull magnets, and I have the magnet set up to where, like I said, it goes across each other's instead of creating resistance between them, to try to make them as strong as possible so we do not deplete the magnetic fields, because magnets pushing against each other for long periods of time will weaken the magnets. I have done that before. So we're going to assemble the Halo sticky grenade together. As you can see, it's going to be looking like this in a way. Okay, so this is going to be the Halo sticky grenade ideal. We're going to secure the edges with tape, and we are going to start the test phases of tossing it against metal objects to see if this ideal is going to work, or if we have to move the magnets to the outside edges and then secure them from there. Now, we know the magnets on the outside are going to work 100 times better, but the look's not going to be as cool. So let's begin the taping and begin sticking. Hey campers, so as you can see, now we have the edges where they secure together, and as you can see, it's holding nice and well. Nothing coming apart at the moment. So let's start attempting to stick it to basically soft throws right now until we can get it to our actually really good form and actually final prototype for this replica. And we're going to see what it can stick to, what it cannot. Now, like I said, there is a chance that the magnets on the inside of the metal shell is going to be affected because the magnetic fields are really not going to bypass this as much, or because they're only 20-pound force-pull magnets, they're not going to be as strong as I'm hoping. So if they do end up resulting in a good stick, but not that well, then we can always increase the poundage to like 80, 100-pound force-pull magnets and really secure them in there. Then we know that the magnetic fields would definitely bypass the outer shell. So let's have some fun and let's stick it to some objects. First test, bottom of vehicles. Okay, it works, but does it work on this side? So this side, so that side, good. So I'm guessing that the sides are determining, okay, some sides sticks, some sides don't. Okay, the sides with more tape does not stick as well to the sides without tape. So now we know that the tape is interfering with the magnetic fields. Now, of course, with magnets, the higher the iron content in a piece of metal, the better that they will stick to it. So that's why I'm going to be doing different types of metal to see exactly what's going to work. And my very last test with this Halo sticky grenade is we're going to be testing it on an actual tank. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's also sticking to metal connexes, but what I've noticed is I have to physically set it there because the magnets being on the inside of this metal shell is not strong enough to actually toss it to it and stick like I'm hoping that it would. So we are going to, now this also could be because it's a vertical object. Now, we need to try it on a more like slanted object to see rolling down, would it actually grip to it? Okay guys, I said I needed something at an angle, so I constructed this with my metal box in the back of my truck. This is about at a 30-degree angle, which would still be the angles of most tanks that are built. So let's see if this will be able to grab onto this in theory. Now, as we can see from the previous test, that this does not work on vertical objects, and I already figured that from the beginning, but I just wanted to try it. So let's see at this angle if this thing can grip this from the inside, and if it can, well then we can use 10 times stronger magnets, which will increase the magnetic pull, which will give us better results either on this or vertical objects from there. So let's test it and see. Here we go. Up, test number 1. Okay, nope. That's on the sides. Test number 2. Nope. What the hell? Okay, there we go. So as you can see, depending upon how it lands onto your objects, now we already know the tape is affecting the magnetic field, so we're taking that into consideration. But as you can see, boom, it's stuck. Let's try it again. Okay. Okay, that was the sides with the tape. Sides with the tape. Sides with the tape. But if we go sides with no tape, see, sides with tape are rolling down. See, rolling down. Okay, that kind of stopped it. Grabbing. And as you can see, depending upon where it lands, it grabs. So we're going to have to basically reconstruct this with stronger magnets and know that we got to try to keep this either as thin as possible, or we're going to have to make the outside shell non-magnetic. Okay guys, so since this thing had a very small success rate at the way the current design is. Now, either A, it's because the magnets are way too weak the way they are, or because the shell is blocking the magnetic fields. We know that it works at angles, but it depends upon where it hits. If you notice in the videos, if it hit along here, because the points are not magnetic and it's these points here, it had a very slim chance of grabbing onto it because it was rolling around the points sections here. And then the tape is blocking a lot of the magnetic fields, but if it landed on this side or this side, it grabbed it with no problem. So now we know where to fine tune our Halo sticky grenade from there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to bring the magnets to the outside of the thing, and then we will attempt from there to see if we get better results. Okay guys, so we cleared out our shells, got our magnets all back together so they can be back increasing their magnetic fields while we work on this. So we're going to be putting the magnets now on the outside, which I know is going to work a hell of a lot better, but I really didn't want the ugly look on the outside. But we're just going to see how much more effective it is, because then in the real prototype, if that is the case, I can maybe build it out of like, put the magnets on the outside, epoxy them, and build an outer shell to where you still have that nice look, but then you have the magnets stuck on the outside, blended in with there to create your better magnetic sticking capacity. So we're going to install these on the outside, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, everybody, so after tearing it down and rebuilding it back up, this is now the new design we got with all the magnets on the outside. Now, I do admit this actually looks like kind of a cooler ideal and design, even though I really didn't want the magnets on the outside, but I think I could work with this. But we're going to test the angle and see exactly how much better it is, because I know these magnets are actually going to stick to the other metal. We can pull them off because these are not epoxied, but once they get epoxy secured on there, then I know they'll hold a hell of a lot better. So let's do our quick test run. Okay, as y'all can see, guys, I'm standing on the outside of the truck. We're going to toss this to there, and we're going to see exactly how well this sticks now. Boom. So as you can see, this does a hell of a lot better with the magnets on the outside than the inside. It even stuck on the other sides that it was not sticking before. And so we are going to go with this design as a halo sticky grenade. But as you can see, because they're not epoxy, the magnets are left behind. So now let's try this on the other side of the truck. Okay guys, I know I said to the truck, but I really want to check it on a vertical object. As you can see, here is our Connex that we tried earlier that was bouncing off. But now we're going to try with the magnets on the outside. So let's see exactly how well it works. Okay, still bounces. Oh, there you go, there you go. So with the stronger magnets, unfortunately, it will depends upon where it hits. It's now giving us a better results to sticking to the side of vertical objects as it's being tossed. As you can see, each magnet we're losing some sticky powers, but let's try it one more time, further away. Oh yeah, there we go. So we're going to go with this design, and now we're going to improve this prototype to phase 2. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for phase 2 of the Halo Sticky Grenade.